So yeah, if you are pregnant right now, you need to hire a psychic medium and ask your child if they actually want to be here. But keep in mind, if they don't, you need to terminate. Otherwise, they will sue you. Okay.
Welcome back. I'm gonna keep trying this until I get like whatever the hell I'm gonna say. Welcome back to Real Talk Corner. I'm your host, Ariana the Quantum Healer, and my co-host Bella is in the building. So we got some more juicy shit for you guys. We actually got some tragic shit today, though. Man, we actually got some tragic shit today. I was like looking at some of them, like, man, this shit is crazy. But it's what's going on right now, and it's what's being talked about. So why not, right?
Mhm.
Um, I think a lot of it, just the when you think about it, is like who you're talking to or who you're with, or even when you're arguing with people, like take a moment to just think things through before you just rush out and go make these decisions in your life. Because, man, a lot of this shit is like in a blink of an eye, your life is done, your life is over
Mhm.
because of an argument, because of a lie someone said, because somebody was mad in the moment, or like whatever,
And
it's
they feelings overreacting.
overreacting, doing too much. And I'm like, damn. So we're gonna start with one that's not so tragic. This chick, the one you sent me, I was like, what the hell? The one that sued her parents, or said she sued her parents.
Yes, that.
We're
Oh
gonna
my
start.
God.
We're gonna start with that one, which I think this is hilarious as hell. But
I mentioned in my last video that I went clothes shopping for my children, and a lot of people are shocked to hear that I have children, considering I sued my parents for having me without my permission. But I just want to make a couple of things clear here. So, my parents that I sued, they contributed to, conceiving me, and my mother that raised me, she gave birth to me. Um, and that's why I sued them, because I did not consent to being here. Like, I was unaware that I was going to have to grow up and get a job to support myself. And I just didn't consent to that. They didn't try to contact me in any way before I was born to see if I actually wanted to be here. And that's why I sued them. Now, it's different. Like, I know I've said it's like unethical to have children before, but it's different when you adopt, because it's not my fault that they're here. I'm just trying to be a good person and like help them out. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, if you are pregnant right now, you need to hire a psychic medium and ask your child if they actually want to be here. Um, but keep in mind, if they don't, you need to terminate. Otherwise, they will sue you, because I'm making that my life mission to teach children to sue their parents so they don't have to work. Um, but yes, that I do have children, but I adopted them, so I had them in like an ethical way.
I was like, there's no way that she's for real. Like, I was like, this count can't be real. I actually had to go and watch more of her videos, and I actually think she just says a bunch of shit to be saying it. And I think she just is making money off her TikTok, because you never see any kids, you never see anybody else, and all her videos are just outlandish stories about suing her parents and trying to turn her son gay and all of this, just crazy shit. And I'm like,
Just.
no way. The sad part though is I don't never see her say that it isn't true. Everything is just like, now I didn't go like on her page to see if there's anything that says like entertainment only or some shit, but I was just like, ain't no way this is real. Like, this can't be real. Cause I'm like, what the
Right.
fucking
But the
world?
sad part about it is probably people who is probably reaching out to her asking how do they go about it,
Oh
with the
hell
fact
yeah.
that she said, I'm teaching, I'm sure people are probably, whether it's a joke or she's serious or not, I mean, Yeah.
Right. Like, I think people are going to believe it. That's the thing. I think people are going to believe it and be like, oh shit, like this is a real thing that you could do. I could sue my parents because you could fucking sue literally for anything these days. Anything you could fucking take somebody to court and sue. And
Mhm.
probably most likely if you get a good enough lawyer, as we seen, oh boy, who was a fucking lawyer, they did that shit to his wife. If you get a good enough lawyer, I mean shit, you could fucking win and sue anybody these days off some bullshit. And be like, well, I didn't ask to be here. The sad part is that if you guys go and start doing it, a psychic is going to tell you you did ask to be here. So you're going to be sadly mistaken. You're going to be sadly mistaken when the psychic is like, yeah, it's actually a part of a plan, a contract you sign in spirit. Epic fail for your whole legal defense. Okay. Just putting that out there. Y'all don't be trying to sue your fucking parents on some bullshit. But I could see some people actually doing this. I could see like someone taking that and running with it. Like, oh shit, I
Oh
did
yeah,
sue
definitely.
my parents.
Remember when they started doing the divorcing parents when
I
that
mean,
was a
I
thing?
divorced my parents when I was 16. But that's because they were alcoholics. They couldn't keep their shit together. So, I mean, I had a lot of reasons of why I divorced them,
Mhm.
and I did. And honestly, I can't even remember where I heard of it or where it came up. I really, the only thing I remember is that I went down to the courthouse. I got the paperwork. I had to go in front of a judge. The judge asked me why. And I was like, I don't want to live with them no more. They can't keep their stuff together. The electric or water or something's always off. I was just like, they're violent. They're always fighting. I was like, I don't want to live in that environment. They asked me, could I take care of myself? At the time, I had a job. I was like, I have a job. I'll be okay. And they were like, okay, take your, either your parents got to show up at the next court date or get them to sign the papers. I took the papers home and I told them, I wanted to divorce them. And they both signed the paperwork. And so
Mm.
I took the paperwork back and they granted me my emancipation. And I got emancipated at 16.
Oh wow.
And I got my first apartment at 17. So, I do believe that if you are in the conditions where you have to be an adult anyway, you might as well get emancipated and say, fuck it, and go get your own shit. Because if you got to work
Right.
anyway and take care of yourself anyway, and you got to be an adult, why not? If your conditions are fucked up, I mean, I'm for it. I was a child that did it. But if you're just a fucking brat, if you're just,
Right.
they took your PlayStation away or they fucking, you know what I mean, or some bullshit like that, then you need to sit the fuck down because life is harsh. I would not promote being 16 and trying to get your own shit and pay bills because the life that you think you're going to have being an adult is not the life that it's not the life that you're going to live. You're not going to be just chilling. You're going to have to work your ass off and
Right.
still try to go to school and figure out what are you doing, or you get stuck in that dead end job because you got to pay
It
them fucking
is.
bills, you know.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't promote it, but yeah, girl, I can't even remember where the fuck I heard it. I remember I
I
still have my.
remember back growing up hearing that,
Mhm,
seeing that. I think it was like a celebrity who had did it, and that was like the
mhm,
first time I think I heard of it. But like, your situation I think is totally understanding because it's like you said, if I have to be an adult already and have to do these things anyway, I don't want to have two people who can control still
right,
what I'm doing when I'm
right.
still and still have to be an adult and be responsible, but then have this person dictating of what I do and how I do it.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that's exactly. I was just like, shit, if I gotta be an adult anyway, and you're getting money and shit for me, and I don't see none of that, and we still ain't got shit. Nah, I was like, I'm
Right.
good, you
Mhm.
know. And then like, because and then back then welfare was a little bit different. So like, the only time they would cut you off welfare is your kids' truancy and shit like that. You'd get, and then that's when your parents was like, you need to go to school, and it's like, why? You don't even care if I go to school. Do you really give a shit
Right.
if I go to school? Do you really give a shit if I graduate? So yeah, I feel like there are some kids that probably can benefit, especially if you are handling it and you're a fucking adult. I think a lot of kids, I didn't have younger siblings, so I was outro. But I think a lot of older siblings get stuck when they have younger siblings, and then they take on the parent job,
Mhm.
and they're taking care of their siblings, which is really fucked up for the
Mhm.
for the for the older siblings to have to step into that space and be the older child and take care of the younger ones and be a parent, because again, they're being forced to be a parent when they didn't even ask to be a parent. It's like,
When
I
they're still a child themselves, they're 12 years old, helping a 6-year-old sister with homework and, cooking dinner so she can eat
right,
and putting her to bed. And
right,
they're a child themselves.
right. Babysit, take your, because I've seen a lot of friends where they were always dragging the little brother or sister around with them.
Hmm.
It's like wherever they went, that one had to go with them. And it's like,
Hmm.
why? Like, why you
Hmm.
gotta drag that one with you?
Yeah, you see it now on the streets. They'd be at the park, and you can tell they're like 12, 11, 12, but they have like a 1 or 2-year-old on their hip.
Yeah,
It's not their kid, but it must be a
right.
little brother, a little sister. So, that saying probably like, oh, you want to go to the park, you need to take, which is sad, but,
I was just like, yeah, that's just crazy. So yeah, that was a little hilarious for y'all. Drop us a comment. Let me know what y'all think about suing your parents because you didn't ask to be here. But let me just tell you, your whole defense gonna be fucked up if you bring in a psychic. You bring me in, I'm gonna be like, sorry, you signed a contract. You signed a contract. It's part of your your whole path. Your whole defense is trash now.